Alright, we're back in the kitchen. We gotta chat. What did you see? Can you tell us what happened when you and your sister discovered the body? Right. My sister and I were heading to the west exit. I saw the professor in a nearby classroom. She was lying on the floor in a pool of blood. I used an emergency communication device to call for help. While I was doing that, my sister tried to wake her up. That is what happened. Was the professor still alive? I don't know. But she wasn't breathing and she didn't have a pulse. She was less tense, which might imply that she was telling the truth. Possible the attack happened well before they discovered the body. What do you know about the suspect in this case? His name is Wallace Nightgrave. He's a student here. He's that scary necromancer, right? The one that makes zombies? Those are just rumors. He wants to be a doctor. But he studies necromancy. Have you ever actually gotten to know him? No. I've heard the rumors. He's always hanging around the cemetery. I'm sure he's just biding his time, waiting for his chance to raise an army. School rumors be like. It couldn't be helped that people thought of him that way. I still wasn't sure what to make of all this. What can you tell me about Catherine Bellwether? Oh, yep. Yet another set of negative emotions. Just tell us the truth. I don't think we've talked to anyone who had anything nice to say about her. Yeah, she was a horrible person. She was really terrible to everyone. Did that include the academy staff? She always treated us like her personal servants. Yeah, we saw that pretty much in the opening. My eggs Benedict wasn't Benedicty enough. You don't have enough benediction in it. Sins? Worms? Sometimes she'd make messes on purpose, just so she could order us to clean it up. Thought the kids for the noble houses were bad, but she was something else. She acted like she owned the place, but she wasn't even from a noble family. The reason why she had any power was because of her friends on the school board. Interesting. Why would she be worried about that? Did you ever feel like your job was at risk because of Bellwether? Why would you say that? Just a hunch. Yeah? Well, you're wrong. I, for one, plan to work here till the day I die. She was clearly lying, but maybe it would be best to keep that to myself for now. Scout Lord, he's got a thing! It's an attorney's runestone. It proves that I'm a certified attorney. It's fitted with artificery. You use it to take pictures of evidence and crime scenes. Pictures? It's not consent to have my picture taken. You are legally not allowed to. I wasn't planning to. Tyrion just put it away. Oh, a headmaster. Oh, he's a really nice person. We would have never gotten a job here if it weren't for him. Really? Yeah, he has connections to the local community center. He hires people from the common folk there to work at the academy. Oh, that's sweet. Do you know Eris Ilmater? She's even scarier than that necromancer. What? I've heard rumors about her, you know. People who start talking to her end up missing or worse. I feel it every time I'm around her. Something about her that fills me with dread. Have you actually spoken to her before? She's a nice person. No thanks, I'm good. So, are you two, like, private investigators or supermodels? Supermodels? I'm not sure what gave her that idea, but it'd be best not to tell her that I planned on being Wallace's attorney. Super. What can you tell me about... nothing. Nothing to say about Arya? Celeste, this room is close to the crime scene. Could you cast Detect Magic and scan for magical traces? Sure. Did you just say scan for magical traces? Just get out of your way then. Before we could even acknowledge her, Valentina broke out into a sprint and fled for the kitchen. What do you got on you that would be... Wow, she can run pretty fast. What was that about?
Repario Arcanum.
There's a barrel full of some drink. I wonder... It's probably not lotus juice, Celeste. Several commonly used ingredients were close to the cooking area. It's a large cooking station here. Must have prepared the meals in bulk here. There's a rack of cooking implements hanging from the wall. Bread. Oh, it's a plate of bread. They probably serve these as sides to the entrees. Don't get any ideas, Tyrion. What? Remember when you went to that fancy restaurant? Just kept ordering breadsticks and butter? The bread is free, I might as well take advantage of it. You know, eating that many carbs isn't good for you. It's not as if I'm gaining any weight. Weird. I never had that problem either. Magical metabolism. There's a set of pots for cooking soups and the like. The dream. There's a large sack of produce in the corner. There's some wine there, too. Must be for cooking. Or the professors. Not grape juice? Let's just serve the students' meals on these plates. It's a shame they had to close the kitchen due to the investigation. Let them eat cake. Well, let's see what's changed since we've been gone. Hi. Oh, hello. I spotted Valentina again. You're speaking to someone in a blue-collar uniform. I only met her briefly in the kitchen, but there was something different about her posture. Then there was the man in the uniform. Could he be the custodian that she mentioned? As I approached, I noticed he was slouched over. He barely looked awake. Even when speaking to Valentina, he was sweeping the floor. However, his movements looked robotic. He was just going through the motions without any awareness. Dan, I know you're tired. I really need you to fix the plumbing in the kitchen sinks. Someone just died. Can we just take the day off for once? I'm sorry, but Valentina and I still need to cook for the students. Wait, why was Valentina suddenly speaking in the third person? Hello? Valentina? Oh, my apologies, I'm not Valentina, I'm her sister, Valerie. Softer spoken, but also on edge due to Bellwether's murder. Are you trying to trick us or something? You look exactly the same. I was reading about something like this before. You two are identical twins, aren't you? Yes, that's correct. Wait, that means that she was the one who discovered the body alongside Valentina. Since we have you here, do you mind if I ask you some questions about what happened? I'm terribly sorry, but I've already spent a lot of time looking for Jan here. I'm really behind my work. But Jan was also nearby when he discovered the body. I'm sure he can answer your questions. Before I had a chance to object, Valerie quickly walked away. Wait! Do you want me to go after her? Pretty sure I can catch up to her. No, we don't want to scare those two more than we already have. Anyways, Valerie said that Jan was nearby when the murder happened, or maybe she was just deflecting. We don't know, but maybe he saw something that they didn't. Dan Hughes looks exhausted. Looks like he's struggling just to stay awake whenever I talk to him. Jan, was it? Can I ask you some questions about what happened? Really? Well, whatever. At least I have an excuse to take a break now. What's that thing? Is that a rock? It's an attorney's runestone. It proves that I'm a certified attorney. It's filled with artificery. I could use it to take pictures of evidence at crime scenes. Jan? Oh, sorry. I dozed off there for a second. So, Jan, are you a part of the staff here? Yep, I'm a janitor. Jan. I clean, and I do odd jobs here and there. Well, apparently that's all I had to say about that. Valerie mentioned that you were close to Lecture Hall 2B before they found Bellwether. What were you doing when the twins discovered the body? I was cleaning the halls. Bellwether knocked over a vase. There were shards and dirt everywhere. Wait, you saw the professor before the twins arrived? Yeah. Like I said, she broke the vase in this hallway. Only 20-30 minutes before the twins found the body. You would have been the last person to see her alive. Did you see where she went after breaking the vase? Yeah. I think she went into that room over there. Jan pointed toward Lecture Hall 2B. Did you see anyone else enter the lecture hall? I'm honestly not sure. I was more worried about cleaning up the mess she made. Well, did you notice anything off about her? She's in a pretty bad mood. Honestly, that's pretty normal for her. She's walking really slowly. Didn't notice her at first. She basically shoved me out of the way. After that, she knocked over the vase. And she yelled at me to be quiet. I didn't even say anything. What can you tell me about Catherine Bellwether? I heard that she had a pretty bad relationship with the staff. She had a bad relationship with everyone. Students, either teachers. Can't think of any people who actually did get along with her. I'm sure you had your own share of bad experiences with her. Yeah, she'd always yell at me whenever I dozed off. I hate to say it, but things are a lot more peaceful around here without her. That was blunt to say the least. What I'd heard from everyone else, I couldn't exactly blame him for thinking that. Valentina mentioned something interesting. Seemed to think Bellwether was putting her job at risk. Oh yeah. Bellwether was putting all of our jobs at risk. What made you think that? You know those arcane constructs in the library? Bellwether was the one who put them there. Oh yeah, they're so cool! Well, a few weeks ago I peeked in on one meeting she was having with Theodore. Apparently the school board was planning to replace the staff with them. Oh. I'm sure the headmaster rejected her proposal. I don't know. From the way she was talking, it sounded like he didn't have any say in the matter. I don't think the headmaster should have the authority to fire the staff. Why would she be that confident? Dunno. All I know is that she hated having commoners on campus. She really miffed when Theodore started hiring common folk from the community center. Wow, she's awful. Okay, thank you for answering our questions, Jan. Sure, anytime. What's wrong? Don't have any leads on other suspects. There's still a lot of people who saw and or hated Bellwether. Right. It wasn't Wallace, it still could have been any other mage. The trial is coming up soon. We still don't know why there were traces of necromancy on the body. Come on, don't be like that. You always get to the truth in the end. So unless it's only been one time. And after we acquit Wallace, it's going to be a grand total of 2 times. I appreciate your confidence in me, girl. Doesn't matter who tries to stop us, man, king, or god. I couldn't help but chuckle to myself. Okay. Guess we still need to talk to Wallace. Let's head to the dungeons. See? There we go. I'm still here, by the way. Storage closet.
Preparing Arcanum.
Alright, let's go. As we arrived in Ratholm Dungeons, I spotted Wallace locked in one of the nearby cells. He was lying on the floor, muttering to himself. It's over. My life is over. Wallace? Hey, who are you? What do you want? Wallace, it's us! Oh, right. How are you doing? Apparently not well. Please tell me you're gonna get me out of here. I keep telling them I didn't do it, but they wouldn't listen. Sorry, Wallace, but they found traces of necromancy magic on the body. Convinced that you did this, and they're gonna push your case to trial. What? This can't be happening. Please, calm down. Wallace, we know that you're innocent. Those knights think I did this. Are they gonna kill me? I spent my entire life learning how to deal with situations like this. If you let me represent you in court, I can prove that you're innocent. Oh, right. You said that you're a lawyer. But I don't really have any money to pay you with. Don't worry about that. For now, let's just focus on getting you acquitted. What? I guess it doesn't matter anyways. It's not like I have anything else to lose. Wasn't exactly the reaction I was hoping for, but at least he was cooperating. I have my badge. What's this? Is it some kind of artificery? It's an attorney's runestone. It proves that I'm a certified attorney. It's fitted with artificery. I can use it to take pictures of evidence in crime scenes. Oh. I've seen some of the richer students using things like this. I'm sorry about him. He shows that thing to everyone. I just think it's neat. I don't understand. I was with you at the library the entire time. Why do they still think I'm the murderer? No sense in less? You told the Inquisition, right? Did you tell them that I was with you? He backed away from us, a look of suspicion on his face. We did, but they found traces of necromancy on the body. They believe that Bellwether was murdered with a necromancy spell. It seemed to get even more tense, something I didn't think was possible. Harris had mentioned that his studies were something he liked to keep to himself. I would need to be delicate. Wallace, we heard about the type of magic you're studying. Don't worry, the headmaster explained it to us already. You just want to use necromancy to become a doctor, right? I think what you're doing is really respectable. I'm starting to see a dark school of magic being used as a force of good. What? No! Wraith battle? You've got it all backwards. First time I saw some genuine rage from him. Pure necromancy has always been about healing. Because of garbage like Wraithband, the public keeps calling for necromancy to get outlawed. I think calling it garbage may be a bit much. Nobility paid Corin Blueblood to write stories about evil necromancers. He was such a sellout. Liches are magically impossible, but people still just believe that nonsense. Man single-handedly threw the study of necromancy back into the Stone Age. Something really wild about, This is a very real, feels like a very real modern conflict in a magical setting. I had to temper myself. He was clearly passionate about this, but I'll admit it stung to hear him talk about my favorite book like that. Maybe we should talk about something else. I understand that you have reservations about talking about your magic. In order to build a case for you, we'll need to present your spell compendium to the courts. I don't have one. Harris already told us about that. That's why she gave us a blank one for you to attune to. Do I have to? It would be extremely difficult to defend you without your compendium. It's a core piece of evidence. Okay, I'll attune to it. Bend wounds, illusory disguise, revive, animate corpse. Alright, yeah, we've seen this. Snap of the fingers, harmless visual effects. Bend wounds. This one's the target of the throw with the casting time. Can't restore missing limbs, don't get to revive someone. Illusory disguise. It's an illusion on the target to completely change the visual appearance. Disguise moves with the target for the duration. 1 foot larger or smaller. Once hidden by the spell and made invisible. Provide. Cannot resuscitate someone who's been dead for over a minute. Generates the target using life energy. Undead minion. Minion follows the caster's orders. Intelligence is limited and cannot speak. I understood why you're studying this type of magic. The spells in his compendium sounded fairly gruesome. It was a little terrifying to know that spells like this even existed. Sorry. A long time ago I showed my compendium to someone. After she saw my necromancy spells, she told everyone in the academy. So Professor Bellwether started coming after me. That must have been difficult for you. After that I didn't really talk to anyone. What about Eris? Yeah, I guess Eris was there too? Yeah. She was there too. Interesting take on the girl. She's a kind of a fascinating character. She's just vaguely terrifying, somewhat haunting the meta-narrative. No wonder I had such trouble remembering. Something similar happened to me after I left my hometown. Ah, yep, I agree. I agree, Celeste. How did you and Eris become friends anyway? There was another hint of fear from her. Ah. Sometimes the other students would steal the ID number off my locker and switch it with another student's. I thought it was funny whenever that student got angry with me. Eris had a bit of a reputation around our school. Everyone was scared of her, even the students from the nobility. Probably due to some baseless rumors. One day someone switched my ID number with hers. I was so scared when she came up to me, I couldn't even say anything. But she didn't get angry like the others. She just apologized and gave me back my nameplate. After that, she started talking to me whenever she saw me. She's curious. So I have to ask, what's caused you so much trouble? Why are you still studying necromancy? You want to become a doctor. And Master told us the same thing, but why are you learning spells that can steal people's life force and raise the undead? Life and death are two sides of the same cloth. That's the key principle behind necromancy. First undead was actually a failed attempt to resurrect a human using magic. Right now, necromancy can only heal injuries and wounds, but it can't do anything for diseases or deformities. If I can just keep studying, I know I can develop necromancy beyond that. I might even be able to create spells that can cure terminal diseases. It's a noble goal. It's just the whole necrotic blight and stuff is just the necromancy curriculum. You could make an argument that, like, learning necrotic blight and resurrect dead, create zombie minion, is all about the study of manipulating life energy. And learning to manipulate life energy in all forms is a key to learning new ways to use life energy to heal. I think I can already guess, but how was your relationship with Catherine Bellwether? Bad. If the word got out about my spells, Professor Bellwether would always find reasons to punish me. She'd start yelling at me for even the smallest mistakes. It's pretty obvious she had it out for the students who didn't come from the noble families. That's terrible. I'd wake up each day, scared that she'd notice me in the hallways. I knew how to avoid her and stay out of her way. Sometimes she'd get bored and come looking for me. Can't believe that after everything that she did, she's just gone. I'm sure you have mixed emotions about what happened. Unless you don't know how I feel about it. To be honest, I always wished she would just disappear. But now that it's finally happened, I just feel even more scared. I'm starting to put things together now. You figured something out? Yeah. Need a moment to think through everything. The prosecution wants to implicate Wallace despite his alibi. They wouldn't have a reason to do this unless the evidence had heavily implicated him. Learned that Wallace is a necromancer. The only person at the Academy that's capable of high-level necromancy. Oh, no. There's a trace of necromancy on the body. Means that they think Wallace used one of his necromancy spells. Without seeing the traces, it's pretty obvious that magic was used on the body. Right, there aren't any wounds on it. The autopsy report found no signs of poison or disease. I know Prosecutor Steelwind probably already has a theory about which spell he might have used. Prosecution probably argue that Wallace used one of his spells to kill Bellwether. Thank you for putting me right on the right answer. They'll probably say he used necrotic blight. That makes sense. Necrotic blight would have drained the life force from her body. She wouldn't have been wounded by necrotic blight. That's where the contradiction lies. Suppose that Wallace did kill Bellwether with using necrotic blight. Something in the crime scene that wouldn't be there if that were true.
What if... Maybe.
There we go. Necrotic blight is a spell that doesn't inflict any visible wounds. That's true, there shouldn't have been any blood at the scene. I like the build-up of the music. And these sequences. Then what really happened? That's the last piece. If I had to guess, the information we need is being hidden by one of the witnesses who discovered the body. Valentina. She's definitely hiding something. Did you notice how she reacted when I asked you to scan the room? Yeah, she ran away. She didn't even try to be subtle about it. With the way she reacted, I think she may have been trying to hide herself from you to detect magic. Which would only mean that there's a magical trace on her. I wonder what she's trying to hide. There's only one way to find out. Next time you see her, can you cast Detect Magic from afar and scan her? Alright. It's been a while since we talked to her. Valerie also mentioned that they still have work to do today. Back in the Academy's kitchen now. Thank you, my son. Those two are finally gone. Can finally get some cleaning done. Approach the kitchen from afar, making sure Valentina wouldn't stop us. Pretty far away, but Celeste had the eyes of a hawk. Must have been a skill she picked up from her days as a mercenary. There she is, Celeste. Right. Just don't shout that incantation like you always do. I know that. Repario Arcanum. What the? What is it? There's a trace of magic on her. I knew it. Which school of magic is it? It's necromancy. There's a trace of necromancy on her. What? Someone cast a necromancy spell on her within the last 48 hours. Is she going to be okay? What if the real killer cursed her or something? I wasn't sure how this fit with anything, but if she was in danger, we were obligated to tell her. That's an illusion school, though. How fucked up would it be if she's dead under the effect of an animated corpse? Or also there's a non-zero chance she's been revived. Or healed, and the blood in that room is hers. That'd be wild. Now let's talk to her and see if she saw who cast that spell on her. All those fails, we can confront her with the evidence we have. Oh, it's you two again! Okay, just relax. Unfortunately for her, she had far more troubling matters to worry about.
Repario Arcanum.
Okay. Hi! Miss Yanis. There appears to be traces of necromancy on Bellwether's body. That's because the necromancer killed her, right? That's the thing, if that were true, a lot of the evidence we found doesn't make sense. I think someone else cast a spell on the body. This became even more tense than before. Is it possible that you saw someone using magic on Bellwether? No, definitely not. Her thoughts are an open book now. If I beat her in an argument, her thoughts might show me what she's hiding. Valentina clearly knew more than she was letting on. Oh, so I suppose we already have her psychological profile. She found the body alongside her sister, and she reacted strangely when I mentioned someone might have used magic on the body. What was she hiding? Let's cook. Miss Yanis, from the very beginning I felt that you've been hiding something from us. Something that you're not telling us about. What are you talking about? My conscience is clear. I've told you the knights everything. I know, I've not got anything to hide. Hiding something that occurred when her and her sister discovered the body. She fears a replication of what happened. Miss Yanis, it's clear to anyone how nervous you are. In fact, they see the fear you're emanating right now. It's good that you're hiding something from us. Just tell us the truth. Let's say we're hiding something. Which I'm not, by the way. Why should I tell you anything? You're not in with those knights. We can be mean to her. We're gonna give you your statement to the Inquisition. The truth comes out. What do you think they'll do to you when they realize you lied to them? So who are you protecting, Miss Yanis? You talk a big game, but I bet you can't actually prove anything, can you? Keep trying to say that I'm lying to protect someone. I don't even know any mages, and I definitely didn't see anyone using magic on the body. Wait. Wait, what? It just told us this? Miss Yanis, you know someone capable of casting magic. And this proves it. Doesn't prove anything. You're bluffing. We do? You can have the truth from us, Miss Yanis. What? That you've never even seen a necromancy spell before. Never true. Why is there a trace of necromancy on you? What? Is a trace of necromancy on me? What? She seemed to be genuinely surprised about that. Was she unaware that a spell was cast on her? No. If she didn't know, she wouldn't have avoided Celeste back then. There'd be an explanation for that. This is crazy. Why is there a trace of necromancy on me? Did that guy curse me? Am I going to become a zombie? was strange. She seemed genuinely worried. Was she really unaware that a spell was cast on her? No. She ran away when Celeste was going to scan the crime scene for magical traces. She knew that someone used magic on her, but she didn't know that the spell cast on her was Necromancy. Calm down, Messianus. Not all necromancy spells relate to the undead. Healing spells are also from the school of necromancy. Healing spells? Someone healed a cut on her. Was that mage a student here? Sorry, I just remembered that there's something else I have to do. I'll be right back. Before we could say anything, she quickly walked out of the room. Seemed to really want to avoid talking about that mage, but why was that? Hey! What if I'm talking to you? Did we just catch her? I'm pretty sure she can't outrun me. The Inquisition is still patrolling the surrounding areas. They'd probably intervene if we started chasing one of the witnesses. We weren't able to learn anything. Actually, I did learn one thing. There's a friend who cast a healing spell on her. Really? How'd you figure that out? Good deductive reasoning. Well, healing magic is also a form of necromancy, right? I guess that explains why there are magical traces on her. It's a good thing a necromancer isn't actually trying to kill her. Wait a minute.
What if...
Valentina traced necromancy on her. That made her think she'd been secretly attacked by... Oh, shoot. That's it! What? Oh, shoot. This whole time we've been wondering why there are traces of necromancy on the body. It's not because someone attacked Bellwether with a necromancy spell. It's because someone used a necromancy spell to try to heal her. Oh, I get it. Doesn't matter what type of necromancy spell someone uses. But... I wonder if it would heal the wounds on a dead body. So, which would explain why Bellwether didn't have any stab wounds on her despite bleeding out profusely. Ah, clever. That is a relief, though. That means that Valerie is innocent. Can't believe you just told us this. I didn't notice when we saw her dialogue window briefly, but I just pulled this open and got jump scared with necromancy. I was going to say, a certain term floated into the back of my mind, but you just shove it down because I'm not even giving that series the time of thought anymore. But yes. Valentina is a magicless civvy. Valerie is definitely from the orphanage, but developed as arcane tendencies herself. Self-taught, perhaps? Curious. Traces from the same school of magic look exactly the same. It's not just that, the body clearly bled at some point. That with the lockdown. What happened if someone used a healing spell on an injured corpse? It would close all the body's wounds. In other words, it would remove any cuts or bruises. That's why they couldn't find any wounds on her. Well, interrogating Valentina may have been a dead end, but at least it helped you figure that out. I'm not so sure that was a dead end. What makes you say that? Why would she go to so much trouble to hide those traces on her? It's too coincidental. Wounds in the body were healed by an unknown person. The person who found the body is hiding the identity of a healing spell cast on her. What if they're the same person? That she'll give us the opportunity to find out for sure. Yeah, she's definitely onto us. We've done everything we could for now, and we had plenty of evidence to poke holes in the prosecution's case. If that didn't work, we just have to drag Valentina onto the stand and pull the truth out of her. She clearly knew more than she was letting on, and she wouldn't be able to run in a courtroom. Oh? I'm telling you, that girl used magic to scan me. Calm down. You don't even know who they are. Didn't you see them, Val? Those two were... Those two were unreasonably attractive. Okay, but what does that mean? Oh. They just utterly spoiled it. They just utterly spoiled it in the profiles. They have to be nobles or something. Commoners don't look that good. Tina, calm down. What if they find out what you did? They can't prove anything. The Inquisition already has our alibi. Alibi? What? Oh, just you, Jan. What are you two talking about? We're just talking about those two investigators. They're so weird, right? Like, why are they so attractive? Why do you keep mentioning that? Investigators? Oh, you mean that blonde kid and the girl with the sword. They talked to you, didn't they? Yeah. Asked me a bunch of questions. I think they're investigating Bellwether's murder. What did you tell them? Oh, not much. I saw Bellwether a bit before you two found the body. They wouldn't know if I saw anything. Did you see anything? No idea. Told them about how she shoved me before you two discovered the body. But that the guy just kept going on and on about getting to the truth and find the other suspects. Scared Lord, I think we're gonna be sick. Seemed really interested when I told them Bellwether was gonna fire us. What? Why would you tell them about that? Oh, it's not as if it makes any difference, right? Bellwether gone, I'm pretty sure we'll see a few more paychecks before they fire us. Valentina cursed under her breath. Damn it all. That's probably what they're thinking too. You okay? You don't look so good. Just go away, Jen. Don't you have work to do? Oh, don't remind me. By the way, I made you lunch. It's on the front counter in the kitchen. Thanks. You're a lifesaver, Valerie. They have our motive, Val. They have our motive, and they're gonna find out what we did. You don't know that. Why did you have to go blabbing about Bellwether's plan to those two? And why do you keep making meals for him? You doesn't even do anything. What? I'm just gonna come out and say it. I have to run a two-person kitchen every meal to feed those pampered kids. He laces about and complains about his job. Tina, he's overworked. Like hell he's overworked. Every time I see him, he's either napping or barely working. Have you been around the campus? Have you ever seen it dirty? No, but he's the only custodian on the staff, and the school board won't let the headmaster hire more. He barely has enough time to sleep. Why do you think he's so tired all the time? Scared Lord. I'm really sorry, Are you really gonna be okay? Everything is gonna be fine. We just need to do our best to keep our stories straight. Have you been able to get into the library lately? No. The knights are patrolling around it. I was really hoping to get one last study session for you before they fire us. Oh. Yeah, it's too bad. I see. It's time for the trial. My heart was thundering against my chest like a drum. Like they had been reading about some meditative techniques about after what happened last time. Just need to take deep breaths and relax. In, breathe out, breathe in. Hi, Tyrion. Yeah, Celeste. What's he gonna be like that? Are your nerves acting up again? Come on, it's not as if this is your first time defending anyone. No, it's just my second time. It's too bad Ruby couldn't make it. I'd say that you should calm down for Wallace's sake, but there's so many people here. They're all looking at me. They're applying to be like a plague of flesh-eating maggots. Ew. I need to calm down. I was just making Wallace more nervous. Where are we, Wallace? Our investigation revealed a lot of weaknesses in the prosecution's case. We have a strong case for your acquittal. Okay. Actually, that was true. I really had nothing to worry about. See? You can be confident when you want to be. Order! You're so extra. Court is now in session for the trial of Wallace Nightgrave. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready. Very well. Prosecutor Steelman, could you please list the charges? Mr. Nightgrave is a second-year student at the Wyvern Guard Imperial Academy. He is charged with first-degree murder, negligent misuse of the arcane arts, and illegal practice of advanced necromancy. Necromancy? Do you mean to tell me that the defendant is a necromancer? I can't believe it. Necromancer in this day and age. How could the kingdom allow this to happen? Objection! Smack. Your Honor, I would like to remind the court that they are obligated to judge my client objectively. Of course, but one can easily see it from the list of charges. Necromancy plays a large role in the charges. Indeed. The crime occurred within the academy this morning. Victim is Catherine Bellwether, a professor at the school. Although there were no witnesses to the crime, traces of necromancy were detected on the body. Furthermore, the autopsy report shows that the body has no physical wounds. Necromancy is the only type of magic that can harm an individual without physically wounding them. Additionally, an alchemist report shows no signs of poison or disease. One could only conclude that a necromancer had committed this crime. I see. As many of you know, the practice of advanced necromancy is outlawed in the Kingdom of Wyverngard. Aside from the defendant, no other students had learned advanced necrotic magic. As such, the defendant was the only mage in that building capable of committing the murder. I see. That is certainly compelling evidence. To properly present our case, the prosecution would like to call Commander Orwin White to the stand. Commander White, please testify to the court about the Inquisition's findings. Yeah. Orwin White. It started with the city got a call from the Imperial Academy. Someone was attacked and the whole building was put on lockdown. Set the perimeter around the area and waited for the lockdown system to deactivate. Finally gone into the building, the prosecutor personally inspected the body and detected traces of necromancy on it. There were no cuts or bruises on the body either. The entire body was clean. Those two pieces of evidence concluded that could only be the necromancer kid that did it. Inquisition's testimony was just as I'd expected. I'd already found and identified the holes in Steelman's case. All I had to do was find that hole in the commander's testimony. Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination. Hold it. What time did this call come in? Little after 3 p.m. A few minutes after the murder was discovered. Right, maybe that was around the time the lockdown occurred. Hold it. Lockdown couldn't be ended manually, so they must have been forced to wait for an hour until it was lifted. How secure was this perimeter? It's possible that someone slipped past you. The Inquisition was working in conjunction with the City Watch and the King's Guard. With many soldiers at the scene, it was very unlikely that anyone escaped unnoticed. That made sense. Rather for worse, the kingdom must have acted quickly to protect the building filled with the children of every noble family. Back. Why'd the prosecutor inspect the body instead of the Inquisition? Well...
Objection!
I know detect magic. How I chose to lead the investigation is irrelevant to the proceedings. Would you like to insinuate that I'm not as competent as Commander White? I'm not questioning your competency, Steelwind. Just find your actions to be bizarre, given how you usually work. While the court admits that the prosecutor's actions are unorthodox, you find the presence of a necromancer to be an unorthodox situation. I see no reason to question the prosecutor's actions. Thank you, Your Honor. Hold it. How carefully was the body checked? Perhaps the prosecution missed something like a small puncture wound. The coroner couldn't find even the smallest cut, bruise, or fracture on the body. Furthermore, the alchemist's report showed no signs of poison or disease. Necromancy's spell had obfuscated the post-mortem divination. I spared no expense to verify the cause of death through other means. That made sense. Someone had used men wounds on the body, it would have healed even the most minor of injuries. So how do I prove that someone healed the body? Hold it. And the prosecution believes that my client used necrotic blight. Yep, it's the only way that the crime scene makes any sense. Necrotic blight? I'm afraid I'd never heard of this spell before. Necrotic blight is a spell that drains the life force from its target. Used on a living human, it makes their bodily functions cease. Their body dies soon after. I see. What a horrible spell! A commoner should never have been allowed to learn something like that. I thought there would be more protection against children learning this. Think of the children! Well, this spell compendium really wasn't doing many favors. There really is a large stigma against necromancers, isn't there? We already collected a lot of evidence after investigating the crime scene. How do you know that the Inquisition's theory contradicts one of the clues that we found? Right. All I have to do is present that contradiction to the court. Contradiction to the court. Now, is it here?
Objection!
No. Previously then. God, it's clear the witness's testimony is contradictory. This piece of evidence proves it. I fail to see how that proves everything, Mr. Cuthbert. Oh, I guess you're right. Go back.
Objection!
There we go. It's back. Commander White, it appears you've neglected to mention one key detail, the crime scene. Oh yeah? What's that? During your testimony, you said that the entire body was clean. I will admit that there weren't any wounds in the body. However, the body was certainly not clean. At the scene of the crime, there's a large pool of blood located where the body was. This blood had to have come from the victim's body, and it was certainly not clean like the commander testified. I'm sorry, Mr. Cuthbert, but I fail to see the significance of this. I'd like to remind the court of the prosecution's case against my client. They are accusing him of murdering the victim using necrotic blight, a spell which would not have physically wounded the victim. So why was there any blood at all? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. The fact still stands. There were no wounds in the body, nor were there any reports of poison or disease at the autopsy. There are clearly magical elements in this case. Smack. But Captain Bellwether was bleeding profusely at some point. How else would there have been a bloodstain on the body? Do you have an explanation for that, Miss Steelwind? No. I bet the prosecution doesn't have an explanation for that. While I do find the circumstances questionable, all other evidence clearly points to the defendant. But tell me, Mr. Cuthbert, the victim wasn't killed with necromancy. Why was there a trace of it on the body? I'm glad you asked. Smack. I like to present a spell that could have left a trace of necromancy on the body. Mend wounds? Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that a healing spell? That's correct, Your Honor. Spells from the School of Necromancy can control the forces of death and life. Mend wounds is in fact a necromancy spell. Really now? I wasn't aware of this. You've bought into the propaganda. Evil necromancer propaganda. Now I'd like the court to consider the following. What would happen if Bellwether was wounded and someone attempted to heal her using mend wounds? All of her wounds would disappear from her body. I see. That does make sense.
Objection!
Do you think I'm that incompetent, Mr. Cuthbert? Frankly, I'm a little insulted. What? The Inquisition is well aware of what happens when a mage attempts to save a victim using mend wounds. Healers that arrived at the scene already confirmed that the victim was long dead. None of them attempted to heal her. Well, what if someone tried to heal her and didn't report it? Please. None of the healers would have anything to gain by doing so. In fact, as a necromancer, the defendant could have easily carried out the described scenario. Could have cast mend wounds on the victim after murdering her to confound the investigation. Right, which... Now this is Phoenix Fright, where you're presenting a... logically fallible situation that we have the burden of proof to overturn. If I could prove someone else healed the body, I would sever the only thread linking Wallace to the murder. Whoever this healer was, Valentina definitely knew her. Your Honor, I will admit I don't have any evidence to support my theory. Yeah, we don't have any physical evidence to support the theory. Other than the logical fallacy of, why would Wallace stab her, then purposely heal her? Which would only get himself arrested for necromancy. That just does not click there. You dig? However, I do believe that we can bring it to light. It's back. There have been 2 people that witnessed someone cast magic on the body. Valentina and Valerie. Yes, the sisters who discovered the body. This is nonsense. You've already questioned those 2 witnesses extensively. If they had witnessed something like that, it would have come up in their testimony. If that's true, then the courts have nothing to lose by hearing their testimonies. Very well. You're so confident, let's hear your testimony. It seems the prosecution has no objections. If this line of questioning leads nowhere, however, I see no reason to further prolong this trial. Of course, Your Honor. Oh crap, it's the guy from before. It's that concerningly good-looking man. What? He's the necromancer's lawyer? Just arrived at the stand and she was already stressed out. That'll work in my favor. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court. My name? Witness, there's no need to be nervous. I merely want to hear about what you saw on the day of the murder. Right, it's just that guy over there, he's... Are you talking about Mr. Cuthbert? Did the man harass you, witness? Wait a minute. Yeah. He super harassed me. Mr. Cuthbert, I would expect somebody of your profession to behave more professionally. Celeste, please, this is serious. I could hear Celeste snickering under her breath. You're enjoying this far too much. Smack. Anyways, please state your name and occupation with the court, Miss Yanis. Just calm down, it can't be anything. My name is Valentina Yanis. I'm the head chef at Wyvern Imperial Academy. Really? And at such a young age? As I recall, you were one of the witnesses who discovered the body. Apparently the defense finds your involvement suspect. Rest assured, Miss Yanis, in this courtroom you will be protected from Mr. Cuthbert's harassment. Now please testify to the court about what happened that day. Yeah. I was walking with my sister in the West Wing when we noticed something in a nearby classroom. Looked over to see what it was. That's when we saw Miss Bellwether bleeding on the ground. My sister tried her best to help her, but the professor had already lost a lot of blood. My sister did that. He used an emergency communication device to call for help. But it was too late. By the time her bleeding stopped, she'd already lost too much blood. If your theory is true, that means she just lied in her testimony. She's holding something back. She definitely saw more than she's letting on. She has pretty much said that Valerie is a healer. Without actually saying it up front. Just need to prove that somehow. I think we will. Do that next time, shall we? Seems like a good point to leave off. Until next time. Until then.